Hello, hello, hello. We have the beautiful Rachel joining us for a space. So, happy Thursday, wherever you are in the world. Maybe you're in America and it's Wednesday, but happy days. And I hope that you are having a fantastic afternoon at your time or morning if you're in Australia. Let's just get Rachel on. I'm very excited to have her join me. And let's get this going. So we just need to accept the invite. Oh, hi, Rachel. Hi, George. All right, let's go. Accept. Did we make it work? Did we get there? Did we get there? Did we get there? Oh, I think we have it. Oh, yes. Awesome. We made it work. Oh, no. It says you're unable to join. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay. I had this issue with a girlfriend the other day. Oh, no. Can you accept my invite? We'll just try one more time. Oh, hello.
How was that?
Hi, yes.
Whoa.
Hello, we are
Did we
live.
actually make it work?
We did make it work. Amazing.
Oh my God. I can't see you, but hey, I can hear you, so that's good enough.
Oh, well, we can see you. So.
Oh, amazing. Okay, techno genius here. Sorry about that.
No, this is all a learn as we go process. I love it. I love it.
Oh, isn't it just?
Hi everyone, wherever you're tuning in from, hashtag in the comments where you're tuning in from, or, any questions that you have throughout the interview, feel free to pop them in the comments because we'd love to answer them. Now, I get to introduce the amazing Rachel, and she is over in the UK right now. So what time is it to you? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And a little bit about yourself, about how you found, before you found this online space and this opportunity.
Okay, so right now it's just gone 10 p.m. in the UK, but luckily for you, I'm a night owl, so this is my time. So I'll make more sense now than I ever would in the morning, for sure.
It's 8 a.m. here.
Yeah, I am not an early bird. So prior to finding this business, I was working as a horsemanship instructor, and I'm also a podiatrist. I've still carried on the podiatry, but I was doing all the things, working all the hours, and especially getting to this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, you start getting to where you're thinking, okay, it's going to get dark, it's going to get cold. Not everybody's got a nice indoor school for the winter. I'm not going to fit in any teaching. How the hell am I going to make ends meet going through the winter? Plus, I obviously have my own horses to cater for as well. So this time of year was always a huge, huge challenge.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
you get to where you're like, there are no more hours in the day. How do I actually work any more at all? I just physically can't do any more work for any more money. So kind of hit that, okay, I need something different here because this is crazy. I can't keep doing this all the time and like burning out, running from, job to job, trying to make ends meet. That's where I was at.
Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. Thank you for sharing so openly. Just to get a bit more of an idea, what is your area of where you're working in and the jobs that you were doing that really found that there is no more time in the day, and that really came to that, obviously, the line in the sand moment where you were like, okay, there's no more hours. What do I do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have always had a part-time corporate job for that reason, because British winters are pretty epically awful, and it's pretty hard to keep going with an outdoor job right the way through.
Yeah,
so I'd always
absolutely.
kept a corporate job, just, ticking alongside just to keep me going. But then that reduces your hours as a self-employed teacher and podiatrist.
Yes.
So you kind of, then you're split. And in the summer, it's great. You're out till all hours, you're teaching, you're having fun with horses, doing, living the dream and all that sort of thing, until you're not, until you realize that actually you're not even really digging into paying back the thousands of pounds of tuition fees that you've spent and the money you spent to be overseas to learn and all that sort of thing. So whilst it was my dream job, it started becoming a bit of a nightmare, because I was like, how the hell am I gonna how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna make this work? How am I gonna there was kind of this fixed ceiling. It was difficult to really increase from that. And you just, there are finite hours, aren't there, that you're literally working all the hours doing absolutely everything. You're being the accountant, you're being the marketer, you're doing everything.
Yeah.
And you get really close to burnout.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can so resonate with that, the burnout, not having enough hours, feeling drained, for doing the things that actually kind of light you up, like apart from just working, right? Like, I was a full-time teacher when I decided to look for this space. And so burnout is a part of our industry big time. You never stop working when you're a teacher, just like, the things that you're saying. So whether it's corporate or podiatry or teaching, like, yeah, there's just, it gets to that point where that line in the sand moment goes, and like, there has to be another way, right? And so what was that real pivotal moment for you? Maybe a little bit more detail, or otherwise, like what you've shared is definitely gives us a bit of an overview, but is there anything that you wanted to add?
Yeah, so I think I hit the point. I actually moved with my partner. We relocated, and I was like, right, this is going to be the start. It's all going to be different. This is going to be where things get to change. And two things happened from that. Firstly, the world went into crazy lockdown. And everything changed, but not in the direction that I wanted it to change. All of a sudden, I couldn't go out and teach anymore. I could still go out and do podiatry, because it was obviously considered that I had to go and, keep going, because that's horse husbandry, isn't it? It's a health thing. You have to do that. That changed. The corporate role I was in was actually in social care, and that actually increased because we were then having to cater for people in lockdown as well. So everything kind of went upside down, and I was like, screw this. This has just got crazy. And I lost probably half of my income, I would say, when the world went into lockdown. The one good thing that happened out of it was I wasn't actually late for appointments anymore, because there's no one on the road. So I was actually turning up on time to trim horses, but I didn't see anyone. I wasn't allowed to talk to people. I wasn't allowed to go near people. It was just so weird. And I just was like, there has to be a better way than this. This is just crazy. Like, what I've just, it's overnight, just stuff gone. There's got to be a more reliable, better. Everyone suddenly went online. That was the first time really that I remember thinking, okay, the world actually can survive working online. But if you're out there hands on and something happens, what do you do? That was the change for me.
Yeah, definitely. So since hopping in the space, so how long have you been in the space? Like, when now, and since hopping in the space, in this opportunity in the online space, like, what are some of the changes and impacts that you've had for yourself?
Okay, so although I had that happen to me in 2020, I'm really stubborn. So I hung in there for a long time, for about 1.5 years before I got started, which is crazy. When I look back at it, one of my biggest regrets, I was watching a friend of mine who also was a horsemanship instructor, who'd also been hit by all the crazy 2020 stuff that happened in the world. And I remember watching I saw her change a lot online. I saw her demeanor change. I just saw her just get happier. And I was like, okay, what's she doing? So eventually, like Mrs. Not fast decision maker here, eventually says, okay, I probably need to figure out what she's doing, because I'm now curious. And the thing that tipped it for me was when I literally had come in. I think I'd been under about 10 horses that day. I was aching, I was sweaty, I was just disgusting. And I went on Facebook, and there's a post from her. She was sitting on a beach on a holiday, and she just made a commission that had gone directly into her account. And I was like, okay, hold up 1 second. What is this stuff? I need some of this. I need to be sitting on a beach and be getting paid. This is, I've just worked my butt off today and I'm going nowhere. So that's when I finally made contact. And I was
Yeah.
like, tell me what's going on. And from there, I mean, I think it's safe to say none of us were in a great space back in 2020 with everything
No,
that happened in the world. But
no. I
um,
just had a baby in lockdown. Yeah, that was hectic.
yeah, oh my God. Yeah, that's tough. Um, definitely the biggest impact has been on my mental health, for sure.
Yeah,
And the
definitely.
person I've become, absolutely without question. Because now, instead of being this constant treadmill of how am I going to make ends meet? What's going to have to change? How do I improve this? What's going to happen in the future? Now I'm like, I've got a way. I can see the way. I've got a pathway to follow. I know what I can do. I know if I put the work in what I can achieve, and I know it's basically limitless. It's down to me. And that and the personal development side of things has just been beyond anything I've ever known before. The stuff you learn about yourself on this journey is just incredible.
It really is. And you get to then become
Mm.
the permission slip for others around you to really go on that journey
Yep.
of self-discovery, to becoming the most authentic, happiest, unapologetic version of yourself that literally is just magnetic, right? Like
Yeah.
it's honestly priceless, the journey that you go
Yeah.
on. It really changes every aspect of your life, spiritual, financial,
Yeah.
physically, mentally. Yeah, like amazing, right? So talking about that, what would be one of your proudest moments that you would love to share with us and the audience, since obviously hopping in this online space and like you said, just the best version of yourself. Like,
Mm.
what would that be your proudest moment, or is there something else that you wanted to add?
I think it's the influence I've had on the people that have joined my team. I love that they joined my team, and I really struggled with this at the beginning, funnily enough, when they joined because of me. And I was like, okay. And initially I felt like that was a really big responsibility. And now I see it as like I can be this little pioneer. I can show people what's possible. And like you said, be the permission slip. And I struggled with that at the beginning. I was like, why would they join me? But now I'm like, why would you not? Because we've got the
Yeah,
best offer. And I want to have a ton of fun along the way and do some crazy shit. And like you say, be unapologetic. So why not?
I love
That's the
it. I love
coolest
it.
thing.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that we have, as we do in our beautiful community, the saying that the more fun you have, the more money you
More money
make,
you make.
right? Yeah,
Yep, absolutely.
absolutely. And
Absolutely.
it's so true. It is absolutely so true. So, thank you for sharing. That also leads to two last questions. What are you most looking forward to in this space? I'm just going to close the door. Yeah. What are you most looking forward to in this space for yourself in your future in the online space? Like, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously everybody wants to head for and achieve legacy income,
Yes.
i.e., where you're paid monthly for life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw that, I had to read it about 6 times. I was like, really? What? You get to that point and they just keep paying you and you just get paid for the rest of your life? What?
Yeah.
I'd never seen
Yeah.
anything like that before.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
obviously that's like everyone's goal, isn't it? But the bigger thing for me is the fact that this combines health and wellness as well with your wealth and prosperity. And like,
Yeah.
what is not to love? What is not to love? I mean, even if you just get in the products and you don't want a business out of it, you're still going to improve your health. And to
Yeah.
leave that legacy behind, to know that I've maybe impacted some people in my lifetime to be healthier, to be more educated, I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like,
Amen.
that's the
And
biggest bonus.
yeah, definitely. And just really being able to show people that, like, not just the different way in like in earning income, but the different way in choosing, like, literally the highest level of your vitality and wellness,
Yeah,
and really actually walking in that, and showing that the simplest
yeah,
tweaks to the methods that you do daily can really have, like, longevity in a whole new level on your life. The
yeah.
energy, the, like, oh yeah, you could get me started. I'm like the PDHP teacher here, where the science of the products just like blew my mind, and I'm so passionate about it because I'm like, obviously health and fitness is, you know, one of my key
Mm.
values. So when I saw the science, I was like, I'm sold. And then I saw all the other
Yeah,
things and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the golden ticket. Like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. Me too.
Um, yeah, I'm so glad that you felt the same way. And it really is just so mind blowing. But what
Mm.
you don't know, you don't know. So if you're
Yeah,
listening, like, use that beautiful God given asset, curiosity, and just see what is out there for yourself. Have a little conversation. You know, that's all it takes. It does not going to cost you anything. It's just going to cost you 5 minutes to have a conversation and to see what's
yeah,
out there. And my
yeah,
last
totally.
question, which is my most favorite, because everyone has a piece of value, and you've already kind of dropped one of the big bombs that was like, I waited way too long. I should have just jumped in when I saw it.
Yeah, I
So,
totally should.
yeah, and most people say that I should have started sooner. You know, if I had known about this well, I found it and I jumped in within 7 days. But if I had found this earlier, like I always think, oh my gosh, like imagine where I'd be, right? So my
Absolutely.
last question is, if you could offer a piece of advice to someone sitting on the fence or to your past self, just starting out, what would that piece of advice be?
Oh, it would definitely be the start sooner for sure. But for people sitting on the fence and watching, um,
Yeah,
like you said, it doesn't cost you anything to find out. And for me, there's nothing to lose, right? So if you want to get started and you want to have a business, you've got an opportunity to go for that legacy income. You've got an opportunity to totally change your life, totally change other people's lives, leave a legacy behind for your kids that you can will to them. I don't
yeah,
have any, but I would leave it in trust for, for when I'm gone. But not just that, what's your real wealth? Your real wealth is your health. You can have all the money you like, but if you're really unhealthy with it, where's it going to get you?
yeah. I mean,
But
and what is,
that's where the wealth is, right? So
yeah,
even if you just went, okay, I'm going to buy the products, they're going to make you healthier and you're going to get the value of those products back in a few years and you're going to be healthier. So tell me where there's anything to lose in that deal because I don't see anything
exactly,
to lose.
exactly. And you literally just get to, you know, I feel like, you know, you have so many conversations, and there's also so many women, you know, that also move into our teams, right? But there's also the
Yeah,
conversations where it's there's so much scarcity in them that they can't even fathom. What if you actually created a life that could change everything for you? What if you
yeah,
the things that you actually wanted could be within your reach? What if prosperity is actually written in
yeah,
your lifeline? Like,
yeah,
but sometimes people just can't fathom that, right? Like, it's just mind blowing to me because I'm like, you actually get to just bet on yourself, right? And go for it. And what if it just worked out? Because I
yeah,
know for me it
absolutely.
did.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
if there's anything else that you wanted to share, thank you so much for your time, Rachel. Like all of the golden nuggets, the value that you've dropped, sharing your testimony. Like, I love it. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if
Yeah,
there's
no
anything
problem.
else that you wanted to share, the floor is yours.
Um, yeah, I tell you one big thing.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
sat, how many thousand miles away am I from you? 7,000? Something like that. I'm half the planet away from you. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're already tomorrow. Like you're coming at me from the future, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want a global community of like-minded people, here we are.
Yeah.
Like, we could chat all day because we've got really similar values. And it's the same with everybody that's in this community. And the community and the support is second to none as well.
It's
Because, I
absolutely.
crawled into this like I'd come out from under a rock going, I know nothing. I mean, look at tonight. Like Tash is like, do you know how to do an Instagram live? I'm like, nope. I am actually allergic to Instagram. I have no clue. And look at us go. Look,
Yes, you
so
literally get to learn and get and earn as you go. Like, this is not about,
yeah,
go like it's not the way that you have to do with teaching, where you have to go to uni and get all this, like, the things, and then you get to do the job. No, you get to earn and learn as you go and get paid as you go. and grow
Yep.
as you go, expand and have impact all as you walk the path. And it's all laid out for you. There is not trying to work it out on your own. It is not trying to, tear your hair out. It's literally just walk the path, ask the questions, take the messy action, and
Yep.
see the change and the results and the impact.
Yeah, exactly that. And it
Yeah,
grows your confidence so much, so well as well, doesn't it? Because a
literally.
year or two ago, you'd have gone, do you know, doing Instagram Live, I'd have gone, no, I don't think I can do
Oh,
that. Tonight,
oh,
I was like, no, I haven't got a clue. What do I push? Let's just push some buttons and do it anyway. Let's see what happens. Screw it. Let's just go for it.
exactly. I remember I had a call with a beautiful lady who is onboarding at the moment, and I literally remember talking to her. She's like, "Oh, how did you've got so much confidence online?" And I was like, "You should have seen my first live. I was holding a
Yeah.
piece of paper, I was shaking, and I was like, my voice looked like it was like hoarse or like about to fall out, and I was just like shaking with like nervousness, and I could barely talk. And I'm holding this piece of paper like a total amateur, and then here I am today.
Yeah.
I just jump on, and you can't shut me up.
No, just get on and talk.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much for your time. Anyone that is in
You're
the
welcome.
watching this live or watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments, but also share what your takeaway was. And again, reach out, hop into my inbox or Rachel's and see about how this opportunity could just change the trajectory of your life if you're willing to just use that beautiful God-given asset, curiosity. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.